Kilmarnock 1, Rangers 0. If that doesn't tell you all you need to know about Philip Clement, I don't know what does. That game, right, man, I'll happily admit, I only seen the second half, really. Um, but here, you knew it was coming. I've said that it's inevitable that that was coming, right? You've got a team that's scraping over the line in games. Now, you know what? Admittedly, there's been a lot of clean sheets. That's a positive. And today they were like, oh, there was hyping up in commentary that about like 10 minutes to go. It's another clean sheet. I think it might have been less than 10 minutes because I scored about the 86th minute. Um, but, you know, it's just awful. I mean, I'm not even lost for words, really. I just don't have any words to say that I haven't already said before. We're pathetic. And I wouldn't actually see today, right? I think the telling thing is that even if we won 1-0, we are awful. You know what I mean? Now, obviously, if you win 1-0, you close the gap to the top to 3 points, right? This team's winning nothing, man. You know, it might sneak a cup league, but it's not going to win a league. No. And for anyone that, I watched the Celtic Aberdeen game yesterday, right? And that's two teams that are better than us, right? Now, yeah, over the season, will our budget compared to Aberdeen, will some of our quality shine through and win us games that they can't win, and therefore will probably still finish above them? Yeah, but what I seen with Aberdeen is a team with a game plan, a team that's not afraid of Celtic Park under their new manager, and I can't remember the last time we had a team that wasn't afraid of Celtic, regardless of the venue. It's pathetic, it's no good enough. I mean, I was out last night, and there's nothing that sobers you up more than watching the reality of Rangers Football Club in 2024, because the day, is awful. Didn't deserve. Yeah, there was a few chances. Oh, Dessers, he skimmed the bar with a chance. Oh, Bajrami had about five long shots that were awful. Kazim, is he even a footballer? Because I tell you what, he came on, he ballooned across it. I mean, it was that bad. I was like, there's no way it didn't take a deflection. It didn't. He can't pass a ball 2 yards. It's like, how was a guy that played against Malmo, right? Actually looked really, really good. He actually looked really good against Malmo. How has the guy regressed so much in like a month? And before anyone goes, it's Malmo, I get it, Malmo aren't that good, right? But they're a decent level opposition. How does he go through that away in Malmo to coming on the day, and it was literally like playing with 10 men. He was giving away the ball every time he took a touch. It's just awful. And then John Souttar, who's been great recently, but he's got a mistake in his game, and this defending for the goal, it's unforgivable for me, man. It's like I can't even remember. Was it Watson that got the goal? I can't even remember who got the goal, but essentially, ball over the top. Souttar is kind of stuck in two minds. Do I clear it? Do I give it to Butland? Do I wait for Butland? Then the shot happens. It nicks off his boot. And Butland's obviously, he's obviously come out thinking, right, well, I'm going to clear this. I'm going to pick it up. I'm going to do whatever. But obviously, and then it goes under Butland. We get beat 1-0, and it's just, I'm done. But you can't be negative. Apparently, yeah, you watch that. I mean, Union Bears holding up that banner today. I mean, the mismanagement of Rangers Football Club must stop, and stop now. Look, Philip Clement, man, the guy is bogging. You know, his style of play is bogging. I don't know about his hygiene, right? But he shits the bed on more than one occasion. We'll put it that way. And it's like, what are we doing, man? It's so pish. And as I said 2 minutes ago, a win papers over the cracks. I see long term. If he gets sacked because of this loss, it's a good thing. But if we win the day, it's like we're awful. No, I mean we could have won. He's a man. He had a few chances. Dessers ballooned more chances. There's a shocker there. Cyril Dessers ballooning all those chances. But awful game of football. Putrid to watch. Were disgusting to watch. I was thinking this when I was watching the game. It's like, when was the last time I was actually excited by this team? Right. It probably would be the Malmo game, right? Like, because we should have scored like 8, and it was actually some really good football in that, right? But you should be excited watching Rangers every week. You can have your off days, absolutely. I watched that Sir Alex Ferguson, Ali McCoy sit down interviewing, they're talking about Rangers, like, the expectations, and Alex Ferguson's like, Rangers is that club where you've got to send the fans home happy. You've got to make them feel good. You've got to get players that make the fans feel good. Well, what's happened then? What has happened over the years? Because none of those players make us feel good. They put you on suicide watch. That is the reality of Rangers Football Club at the minute. It's really bad. And I could. I mean, I'm only 5.5 minutes in, but I'm tired. I'm tired of this. You know what I mean? And yeah, who do we play next? We play St Mirren at home, right? I think that's the next. Well, no, we play Stade Bucharest, right? We'll beat Stade Bucharest, maybe. We'll beat St Mirren, maybe. And people are going to be like, "Oh, brilliant! That was incredible! Oh, happy clapping it, man! Da, 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 da. We scraped 1-0 past St Mirren." It's no good enough. And you know what? I said in the preview, I was like, if we were taking on Kelly of last season, I wouldn't predict us to win. The reason I predicted us to win is because Kelly have been poor this season. They're undefeated now in their last 6 now, because obviously it's 4 draws in a row, I believe. Then it was 2, or it might be 3 draws, 2 wins. So, it is what it is there. But you know what? Rugby Park, we've never been good at it. I mean, there's been a few good memories at Rugby Park, right? It's not all been bad, but for the most part, man, the past decade at Rugby Park has been abysmal. And I shouldn't have went with a Rangers win, but you know what? But Kelly looked back, and obviously the game was awful, but that suits Kelly. We talked about in the preview. We need to be fast. We need to do fast throw-ins. We need to. It was just so lethargic, man. And James Tavernier, captain, he's going down with the ship. You know what I mean? But it seemed a lot more honourable when the guy did it in the Titanic than when James Tavernier's doing it, because he is just. It's not all Tav's fault today. You know what I mean? Like, but the 85th minute, I was going to come on here and say the defenders did their job. You know what I mean? They're keeping a clean sheet. If it ends 0-0, well, that's on the attackers. I mean, it's on both of them now, because obviously the attackers still should have scored enough goals to, go against the 1 goal of Kelly and win the game of football. But, it's just, it's shite. I mean, and the quality of this vid's probably been shite. I mean, I am feeling a bit rough, but, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter what I'm feeling. Because everyone else, I've said about 10 times, but there's one thing we all know. This club's done. It's no getting good anytime soon. Because, look at it, man. We're going to keep Clement. And the thing is see if there wasn't what do you even call it, man? The 5 million, I believe it is, or 4 million to get rid of him. See if that wasn't in play, everyone would want rid of Philip Clement. It's because we would put ourselves financially not in a good situation for like January. You sack Clement, and there goes a bit of your transfer budget. You know what I mean? And obviously, 5 million Scottish football, especially in the January transfer window, that could get you a lot. I mean, that could get you a few loan deals over the line. But we had our chances. Dessers, Bajrami had his long shots, but Kelly, I can't turn around and say that Kelly snatched this, right? And even if they did snatch it and we pummeled them, it still wouldn't be good enough. It'd still be repeat. It'd still be. But the game was on a knife edge, man, and Kelly won it. And the subs, I'm just seeing Igamani, Kazim Weirjo, Kieran Doyle getting brought on, and I'm like, these guys aren't Rangers quality. All we've heard I think Clement has honestly dug himself a hole, man. Well, he's dug himself numerous holes, but see when he turned around and said with Hamza Igamani, right? Oh, we signed him this summer because next summer we wouldn't be able to afford him. Some people will joke, oh, what's he going to cost, a point? Right, yeah, brilliant, honestly, it's not going to do anything for me, right? But, so by his logic this season, he's going to perform good enough to make his value go above, over 10 million for me, because I don't think Rangers spending 7-8 million on a player is ridiculous. That's doable, in my opinion. We've signed Danilo recently for 6.5, Kent 7.5, not to be a bit longer ago, 5 year ago, 4 year ago, no, that's 5 year ago. But, it has to be double digits for Igamani, and apart from controlling it with his chest against Dundee United, what's he done? You know what I mean? And I'm not just going to heap the prep. There's a lot of experienced heads, but in that team that should be performing better. But Clermont's dug himself a hole with that. And what else did he say? Oh, October and November. Oh, you'll see the real see this. You'll see the real Rangers. The Rangers are coming. I'm tired. I'm tired, boss. See that Green Mile? I'm done. Right? Someone needs to be him for the Green Mile. Grab this club and fucking fix it. And I've dug myself a hole there because so you're saying it died? No, right? Just shut up. Right? It needs fixed. It needs fixed from within, and it's just shite. It's like, I really like that sit-down interview with Sir Alex and McCoist, but when everything they're talking about Rangers is in the past. It's not now. You hear like Simon Jordan talking about when he met the current board members, and Souness talking about it. It's like they couldn't run a bath. They're so inexperienced. It's like, what happened? Where did it go wrong? We're done. You know what I mean? But we're not a sleeping giant. We're a comatose giant. All right. I could have come on here and ranted and went ballistic, but one, I don't think I'd be up to the task, and two, I'm just numb. I'm numb. I think when we get beat 3-0 by Celtic, it's different gravy because it's an old firm. You've got to put the effort in. We didn't today. Honestly, I don't think you can really fault the effort today. I think they tried, but no, the difference is, see, this club trying's not good enough. You need to fucking win, and we didn't win. And we'll be back, like I said, against St Mirren, Stade Bucharest. We'll win. There'll be people on here fucking creaming their pants because we beat St Mirren. Reality is, we're 6 points behind Aberdeen. 6 points behind Aberdeen, 6 points behind Celtic. And you know what? I think we'll finish behind Aberdeen if changes aren't made. I think if Clermont stays in this job, we will finish behind Aberdeen, because that was a test for Aberdeen yesterday and they passed it. Could they have lost? Yes. Could they have won? Yeah. Even if Aberdeen lost yesterday, say Celtic scored that, last kick of the game, I would still sit here and say Aberdeen have got a good chance of finishing above us, because you know what? They've got a fucking manager that knows what he's doing. In fact, they've got a solid team. They've got a better goal scorer than us in fucking Nisbet. People say, that's unfair on Dessers. Yeah, Dessers got 22 goals last season, right? He could have scored about 62 goals. You know what I mean? You have to get in those positions, and I do think Dessers' all-round game is really good outside his finishing, but when you're a striker, that's what I need you for, son. But that's where we're going to leave it. Clinically depressed here on this Sunday afternoon. Awful game of football. Can't really comment too much on, the first portion of the game, but, I think it was Danny Armstrong. He did a wee spin, and it went out of play, and Ian Crocker went, that's the best thing we've seen in this game, and that was about like the 60th minute. So I think when you do a spin and can't keep the ball in, and it goes out for a Rangers throw-in, and you're a Kelly player, and that's the best thing in 60 minutes, I don't think I missed much in the first half, folks. So that's where we're going to leave this. We're done. It's tragic, and fuck the happy clappers. I see this. You're not a Rangers fan. You've been nicked. What's there to be positive about? Am I supposed to get a fucking hard on at the thought of scraping a 1-0 win against St Mirren in a week's time? You know what I mean? Is that how far we've fallen? You know what I mean? We are shite, and I've been saying for about a month. Scraping wins against Dundee United, Hibs, St Johnstone. I've said this result's coming. It feels like the end for Clermont. It feels very like Gio and Beale's end, the end of their time. It feels like when they were about to slip up, and then that Aberdeen game happened for Beale, the St Johnstone game happened for Gio. You can sense it, you can feel it, it's over. But the difference is, I don't think they're sacking him. I think Philippe Clermont is going to be in this job this time next year. I actually do think that. Because you know what? Like I said he won't last. He shouldn't. He should be away. I've said he won't see. I've actually said the earliest they'll sack him is probably after the Old Firm game in January. But you know what? I'm beginning to think, man, we're just going to keep him because the club is going to keep him because this is the new norm. Playing shite and finishing second, and fuck, it might be third, man. I don't know. I don't even know what to say, man. I'm depressed about it. But like the goal went in, and it's not that I didn't feel. It just felt inevitable, man. It just sapped the remaining bit of life I had on this Sunday afternoon. But anyway, leave your thoughts down below. You know, that Celtic and Aberdeen fans are going to fucking love this. They are, and rightfully so. You know, they drew yesterday, but I said yesterday, man. No matter what, well, it was yesterday in the preview. I said, no matter what, one of those two are going to drop points, so we need to capitalise, right? They both draw, and not only do we not gain, we fucking lose, man. We lose points on them, and there's going to be fallout to this. He's got to go, but he won't go. Your thoughts down below.